Welcome to your next step up the self-publishing mountain.
I'm Matilda Swift, author of quintessentially British cozy mysteries.
And I'm Samantha Cummings, author of young adult books about magic, myths and monsters.
I've written the books,
Changed their covers,
tweaked their blurbs,
tried tools from a dozen ads courses.
and I'm still not seeing success.
Now, we're working together to plot and plan our way from barely making ends meet to pulling in a living wage.
Join us on our journey where we'll be mastering the pen to snag that paycheck. Hello and welcome to Pen to Paycheck Authors Podcast. I'm Matilda Swift, here with my co-host Samantha Cummings, and we're here to write our way to financial success. We're two indie authors with over a dozen books between us and still a long way to go towards the quit the day job dream. If that sounds familiar, listen along for our Mastery Through Missteps journey. Each week we cover a topic to help along the way. This week we're talking about Sam's latest book launch. Before that, what are your wins and whinges of the week?
Well, my win is obviously today's topic, so it's a tough one. But I will say that I've just had a really nice week, and I've slowly progressed into accepting that it's autumn. So me and Ghost Boyfriend had dinner in the park on Friday night where we got fish and chips. So I'm just going to cough.
Lovely.
I
I feel like it's not sitting outside in the park weather.
It was like the last nice evening that I could see before like the rain sets in. So I was like, oh, well, we'll just grab some fish and chips, go and sit in the park and watch the sunset. And it was so nice. And really was just capped the week off nicely. My whinge is that I've got slightly post-publication blues.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about this before we started recording, that I'm just kind of like in the the thinking stage of stuff, and that feels, after like doing loads of stuff for such a long time, it feels very like, oh, should I be doing more? That kind of like a lazy feeling. So I kind of feel a little bit like, oh, what am I supposed to be doing again? Who am I? But it's not really a whinge. It's just that's like not the best feeling. How about you?
I feel like it's a whinge that we don't have a good process for it and a good system, because I was just saying before, I really want to really schedule this week, because otherwise I just dawdle and I do my bad procrastination of time wasting when I should be resting, and I want to have a better system for using those weeks, and even if it's productive, right? It's not only have to be productive. They can be productive and say, I want to read a couple of genre books and I want to make sure I watch a TV show and go for a walk. But I think I just otherwise really go from 100 to 0 miles an hour and then just spend too much time on my phone. So I want to get a good system for how to use those weeks and to use them deliberately for input and regeneration. Because it does just feel like you're being so lazy. You're just oh, I was doing, huge amounts of work last week, and this week I'm doing no work, therefore I must be a bad person. But this is work of a kind. It's just less visible. I am the opposite. So I am at the 100 miles an hour, editing like a speed demon of editing, which feels really good. I don't have a better system that works for me. I would rather be able to be more consistent all the time and work at a consistent pace, but that is not me. I will dawdle until the last possible minute and then start work. So if I give myself more time, I would just spend more time dawdling, and that would not be good. So yes, but that means I had to edit half a book this week. No, not this week. This weekend I edited half a book, and they're short books, but it was a lot, and it was a lot of work, and I feel very tired. But I got it done. And it's done by next Saturday, so it's on schedule to be done by next Saturday, and then I've got one day to plan the next book, and then we're on retreat. Very excited about that. On retreat, and I have to be writing a significant amount of the next book in order to stay on schedule. So yes, I am going to be remaining at 100 miles per hour for a little bit, and then hopefully having some rest. But I did realise that I've actually got quite a few days off in October, because there's loads of weird hung up work holidays that are just really randomly in the middle of a week. So I'm trying to look forward to that, but just feeling incredibly tired. I'm having one of those periods where everyone's like, oh, what'd you do this week? Nothing. I just edited. What did you do last couple of months? Nothing. I just worked. So yeah, I'm feeling a bit sort of flat and like I definitely need a period of rest and some input time coming up soon. But also my book's really like it's going exactly how I want. I'm enjoying that and I'm trying to feel positive about that. Any other wins and whinges that are not related to that book? I had a really good like Zumbri class this weekend, which sounds like nothing,
Oh,
but it was so nice. Just like I get up early, I go to the Zumba class, I do a bit of extra work at the gym, do some weights, and then the Insane Q croissant shop is open.
uh-huh.
And I was in the queue, I timed it this week, I was in the queue for a quarter of an hour to get one croissant, and it was actually cinnamon as well. It's so worth it. And it just feels like a real like thing that you're doing. I hate queuing for food. And so anyway, so it was just a real nice like little bit of the weekend and it was like a nice sunny day and
hmm
did that. I also did a bit of like shopping for a gift that day. So I have done little bits and pieces, but I do feel like the fact that those feel like my fun outings,
hmm
like joining a 50-minute queue for a croissant and going to the gym is like, maybe I need to rest. But we'll be on a retreat soon. We will be in a
Yes.
beautiful location and, restful amongst green rolling pastures and lots of monks and their cider orchard, apparently.
Okay.
Yes,
hmm
exciting. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, hoping they make mead. That is what I am looking for in there. If I were a monk, that's all I would do all day, every day. I would make mead. So yes, wins and wins of the week. I don't think I've got any others. I've done probably other things, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like, I have no idea where the time's gone. I
Yeah.
just know that now feels like autumn, and that's a win and a whinge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, so let me just take a sip of tea because my throat has
Yes,
decided to go very dry.
it's the bit of the podcast you're putting off.
Mm. Excuse me. The topic of the week. The topic of the week is me. So it was my launch week this week. The 1st of September was when my new book came out. And we're going to deep dive on how that went. So,
Hmm.
me, how did it go? Well, I'm glad I asked. It went really, really well. I have definitely done all the different things that I've never done before when launching a book that like everyone else has been doing forever, but I just never got round to
That's
it.
not true. There's
Well,
people who've never done anything.
yes, yeah. But I mean, it's what people who are doing this for a living do. So it felt like a really
Hmm.
nice step in that
Yeah,
professional
it's a
direction.
positive.
It's like, yeah, like oh, I finally did it and it finally paid off. And
Hmm.
I so what I did differently for this book launch was way before the book even came out. I was posting on it. I've been posting about it for about 6-7 months on socials,
Hmm.
and I just really leaned into like hyping it up for as long as possible. I've never done that before. Like I used to just kind of tell a few people, email my subscribing. There's like subscribing list, whatever we're talking about, email subscriber, and I would just not really want people to know. I think
Hmm.
I wanted like the right people to know, like friends and stuff, but I wasn't telling the world. And this time I thought I want the world to know. So I posted loads on social media and that like really, really helped. TikTok was like a game changer. I don't know how much that's going to help with sales. I can only imagine like it will help with sales as I continue. But I definitely got a lot of attention, got a lot of views, got a lot of comments and follows. And
And why did that feel useful to you? Because you said first, like, oh, it really helped, and then it didn't necessarily help sales. What were you
it's
looking for, like, that was help this time?
it was just visibility. Like I know that I'm more visible now. So even though that's not resulted in like everybody who follows me bought a copy of the book, because that's not how it works. I know that I am far more visible on social media now because of it. And I know that my TikTok gets very good views. Not extreme views, I've not gone viral, but progressively gets more and more views as I go. And I get a lot of saves, a lot of comments and that feels good. Like I feel like I have built or I'm building up that thing that I was talking about like a few weeks ago when we were talking about just being in people's minds
Hmm.
and creating that sort of thing where it's like, oh, I recognize that person or I recognize that book cover. So
Hmm.
I feel like I've done really well with that. And then I also did like I started an ARC list where people had to sign up on a Google Forms, and I
Via your socials.
via my socials. So the first like arc team that I built was I did a social post and I boosted the post, and I got like a really good handful of people, and more than half of those people downloaded it. So that felt great, like a great thing. Like way more people than I've ever had just from that alone, downloaded the arc, and like, you know, we're involved and have liked posts and stuff, and I can see that those people are engaging. And then I finally did a NetGalley co-op, woo woo, which has been a game changer, and that's really why this week I think has gone so well, because I had like a handful of pre-orders. My pre-orders weren't as good as I wanted, and that is silly because I set myself just like an arbitrary number of pre-orders, and you know, just for the sake of having a number. But the amount of pre-orders that I had for this book, whilst not in the realm of like what anybody else would consider like successful, quote unquote successful, is I've sold more books already for this book than I have sold probably any of my other books in total. So like that's pretty good for me. And I'm trying not to.
It's really good. And I think it's really hard not to like compare it to be like, well, I'm not buying a mansion with the money.
I don't want to compare my progress for this launch on other people. I can only compare from what I've done in the past. And what I've done in the past has never been this successful. I've never gotten this many pre-orders. With the NetGalley co-op, I have almost 200 people who have got access to the book, who have downloaded it. And the reviews have been like slowly coming in this week, and they are fantastic. You know, like I'm getting some really, really great reviews from that, and I'm
so
seeing
just like
posts.
They are like 5-star world's best book reviews. They are incredibly specific and thoughtful, and like
very detailed.
They're comping to the right things. They're picking up like it's a really considered critique. Like they're picking up like, oh, you might not like it if you don't like this, but you'll love it if you like this. Like they feel like really invested, which I think I wouldn't have expected necessarily from NetGalley people. I think a lot of people wouldn't expect from NetGalley people, because NetGalley people can be anybody. They can just be like, I like books, and some people just pick everything that's like, and they'll critique things. Like I had a NetGalley person be like, I don't like murder mysteries, and I was like, well, there's a knife on the cover covered in blood. I know why you picked this book. And I was like, I don't normally like English mysteries, but I like this one. I was like, well, it's got a Union Jack on the front. Like I don't know why you picked this. So a lot of contrary people on NetGalley, but I think people are clearly connecting to the book, even if it's not like their number one book of the year. And I also think in your genre, people tend to be more measured in their stars and critiques. But it really felt like people were incredibly invested.
It's funny because so I've got like a handful of 5 stars, which is always fantastic. Majority is 4 stars, and I think my average is probably 4 stars. The 4-star reviews read like 5-star reviews to me. Like, so you can't like wish that people would be nicer with their stars, because people are so different in how they review things.
I think YA people are really mean with their stars.
But I give everyone 5 stars because I'm like in a book, you know, like if I've read a book, I have lived the life, and I'm like, well, 5 stars because I lived the life. But other people aren't. But even the 3-star reviews that have come through have been so thoughtful, and like nothing scathing at all. Like, and I've been expecting scathing, because for the first day of the arcs being out, I just let anybody apply. I was just like, everyone grab a book. And it's only like since then, when I've been going in, because it still gets requests, I'm leaving it on for the month just for the sake of it. And it still gets requests every day. And now I'm being more picky, deciding who to give it to. But yeah, even the 3-star reviews are nice. They are nice about my writing, which is like always something that I'm like the most like critical of myself. Like, oh, am I a good writer? Apparently I am a good writer. People are actually commenting on the writing style, which is crazy.
And a lot of comments on the twists, which is just like, as a reader, exactly what I'm looking for.
I love writing twists. I always think that my twists are really obvious, but obviously that's just me. People are loving the twists, and some people don't like the fact that it's slow to start, but I'm not taking that as like a negative thing, because I like a slow to start book.
But also, I think some of the reviews have said like this is sometimes a sign of the genre, like it's building at the beginning. It's at the beginning of a term. It's an academy book. It's building something slow. And in fact, I was listening to Black Karen which is Sacha Black and Rachel Herron.
Yes.
I think the most recent episode, and in that, Sasha's written a dark academia book, and she was saying,
Yeah.
she's like, actually, it turns out I don't like dark academia because it's quite a slow build.
Yes, it is slow
And
build.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that, I think that's a good episode to link to, so I'll link to that in
Yes,
the show notes.
I've got that one saved to listen to later. I love a slow build. I am such a dawdler of like Act 2. I love like the introduction, and then just like some people commented in the reviews like, oh, a lot of it feels like it's kind of goes round in a circle a little bit at the start. Like, yeah, that's me. Like, if I'd had really serious developmental edits, I'm sure that they would have been taken out. But for me, I liked it, so I left it in.
But you want to find your people.
Yeah, it's just been a really, really good experience, and I'm so glad I did it, because I almost didn't, just because I wasn't sure. It just seemed like another hurdle, when it's like something that you've not done before, and you
it's
think,
really
oh,
exposing.
it is exposing. It's scary to think about that you're going to give your book to and it's like giving your book away for free also feels horrible. And I've seen even recently on Threads somebody saying, that this seems like a constant question, like, what's the right amount of arcs to give away, because I don't want everyone to read it for free. And you can't really put a number or a price on the fact that one of those people, if you give your book away to like 200 people, one of those people could have the audience that gives you 100 sales. So you can't, it's just all got to be an experiment. And I think I've looked at it as an experiment rather than a mastermind like strategy to make millions of pounds. It's just been I haven't done this before and I wanted to do it, so I'm going to force myself to do it. And I have nothing but good words. Go on.
Yeah, there are 8 billion people in the world, and like even if you gave away 8 million books, like that's a tiny portion of the population of the world.
Yeah.
And if you got those 8 million reviews in, saying if one reviewed it for some reason, like that would make your book look like a landslide success with 8 million reviews. Like I can't conceive of a world in which like those 200 people that read the book are like, oh, that's your whole audience. Sorry, no one's going to buy it now.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't.
Yes,
the people who are on NetGalley weren't going to buy your book anyway.
No, and you have to think like if everyone that reads an arc of your book might recommend it to other people, maybe like they'll bring 2 more people in, and then maybe those 2 people will bring 2 more people in. It's that whole snowball effect of like recommendations. That's the whole point of it, is that you hope that they recommend it, and you hope those recommendations create more recommendations. So that's where I'm at the moment, because right now I'm at the part of the week where it's like the end of the first week, all of the sales have gone through, all the pre-orders have gone through, all of those first exciting sales have gone through, and now I'm at the point where I'm thinking, how do I continue? Like now, how do I keep people buying the book? And that's where I'm like, I've just hit a brick wall this weekend thinking like, oh, and now the marketing starts, like the actual marketing starts now. Oh, no.
But then you've got all that good review copy, so you could be using that in socials.
Yes, yeah. So I've got lots of social posts planned. Lots of good reviews to pull from. It's funny how many people have likened it to Harry Potter, which that wasn't at all ever what I was trying to do. I don't know, it's just because it's a British boarding school. I don't know. But that feels like...
I mean, people have complained this week about like, Wednesday having ripped off Harry Potter. I think people who like Harry Potter really like it a lot. They see it everywhere.
Yeah, it seems like a double-edged sword.
Like they're making the TV series, and I think people who like the story for liking the story, they can look for that story. No one's out there thinking, I'd really love a book by a transphobe, where can I find one? Like they're liking the story. That's not what they're comparing to. So hopefully that is a positive thing. And I do think like you said, like what's the thing you do after the first week? I think for me, part of the reason why I wanted to rapid release this year was because otherwise then you are being like, what can you do after the first book? Like you can't make a profit on ads on one book, so then you just don't advertise it and then no one finds it. That can't be what you do.
Yeah, that's kind of where I am right now, is like thinking like, I don't want to run an ad, because I mean, it would be helpful, it'd be nice to do it because potentially it's more exposure, but then I've still got the arcs going through, and do I just sit back and let those come through and let that kind of exposure bubble up and see if that works without spending any extra money? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like trying to wrap my brain. Like, I've got somebody contacted me a while ago about doing a giveaway, and they run a giveaway page, Instagram account, and I'm like kind of on the fence about doing that, because how much exposure to get from a
Yeah.
giveaway, I don't know. So I'm just kind of frozen with decision fatigue. I don't know what the next bit is. I have no idea, other than just doing loads of social media posts and hoping that something sticks. I don't know.
Yeah. I think that is really tricky. Because even like having 3 books out, like my books are 3 short books, and that's like really the minimum you can have without being great at Facebook ads, or without the book necessarily like being a big hit with that, like, and break even on Facebook ads. But like then it's like, do I just want to transfer money between like Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg? Is that my like hobby? And like that's on 3 books, and then it's like, what do you do with just 1 book? Because the next book's not out till next year, right? And
Yeah.
then it's like, so do you then wait until the year after that to promote the first book? That feels like impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. I don't have a solution, by the way.
No, I know.
No,
No.
it sounds like I'm going to say something.
No. I can see you are having the same thoughts I'm having, whereas,
Yeah.
what do you do? I don't want to do a discount before the next book's out.
Mm. I guess the
I
question is, what do you want to learn from this? Because I think the first book in
Yeah.
the series, like this is your first kind of, like, you're thinking about a to market series. You
Mm-hmm.
have planned it out at a length that you can make a profit off. You plan the launch with a way like to be successful, and try different things, and also to meet certain metrics, and to try different things, like to
Mm-hmm.
learn from it. It's like, if that was your goal with book 1, what else do you want to learn that is beyond the launch? And then think about just learning that. And I think maybe thinking it might not be that you know enough to make this 1 book successful straight away, but like you're learning things like, okay, in my next series, I then know this is the 5 things I want to combine together to make a series successful. It's like, what do you
Mm-hmm.
want to try and learn from?
Yeah, I don't know. That is the problem. It's like, that's the real problem, is that my brain has
Mm,
now that I've got to this point, I feel like I can no longer think about it.
yeah.
Like, I have no idea what the next thing is. I don't know. I don't know. And I think
Okay.
maybe that's okay, because it's not. There's no rush. That we've got a whole spooky season to get through,
Hmm.
where this book will do very well being marketed. Like, for the next couple of months, I feel like I've got some good leeway for some good marketing,
Hmm.
different posts on social media. I don't feel like I need to rush right now, because I think that my organic marketing is like ripe for the taking at the moment. So I'm
Hmm.
trying to be a little bit like not rush into anything, because usually my first instinct is, well, I'll just smash an ad out,
Hmm.
because that feels like doing something. It feels like you've made a decision, but I don't want to do that and have
You
that
have to
be
be
the
like
decision.
lottery lucky to like make money on that though. So it's like,
Yes.
you could do it and then be nothing wrong with it. And it's useful to maybe learn. So I definitely put ads out when I had just 1 book, knowing that 2 and 3
Mm-hmm.
were coming very quickly, and also when just 3 books were out, like knowing that I couldn't really make a profit on it, just to make sure that by the time 4 comes out, which is relatively soon after 3, that I had got ads kind of in the pipeline. But for you, it's still quite a long lag before that. So it's not like you need to rush into
Mm-hmm.
making ads in order to
Yeah.
know anything. So there's
Yeah.
no benefit to that. Um, like, thinking about conversations that we've had, I think things that you could do is definitely like do like concerted, deliberate experimentation with socials, and
Mm-hmm.
just be like, thinking about things such as, if I did a TikTok series that was like really consistent in this vein for 6 weeks, like, could I see what the effect of that is?
Mm-hmm.
If I did much more personal posts on Instagram, can I see what the effect of that is? And like maybe do it in those 60-day sprints that we talked about, or even 1 month
Yeah.
sprints,
Yeah.
um, and just trial those. And then that you've got a book that is to market, well reviewed, when people like, it's got a good cover, like everything is lined up right. So there's all the Swiss cheese holes are in the right line. So everything, and that has felt really comfortable to me, to kind of know that like when I'm experimenting, it's not the packaging,
Yeah.
and it's not necessarily the book. So it's like, it's the thing itself that I'm testing. You've got fewer
Mm-hmm.
variables. So like, knowing that you've got few variables, can you test different things on socials? You have things you want to try
Yes.
out.
Yeah, I've got
Um,
things I want to try. I've been waiting for my author copies to arrive because I like doing stuff with the
Mm-hmm.
physical book. So I've got a lot
Mm-hmm.
of things, a lot of ideas saved to do with the actual physical book. So we'll see how that goes. And I'm probably going to do that as my first test, is doing some very aesthetic videos.
Yes.
I've got a lot of, I always save ideas for things on Instagram of like, oh, make this kind of post. So I've got a big folder which is make these posts, and they are very autumnal, witchy season sorts of things. So my book's going to arrive tomorrow, and then posting will commence. So I will set myself probably, like 30-day trials, and just do something consistently for a month and see how that goes. And that seems like I'm excited to do that. It's like I've been like, whenever you order author copies and they take forever to arrive, and I've been checking the post box every day. Like, come on. So that feels exciting. Like,
I feel
I'm
like
waiting.
I am. Yeah, I feel like I've touch wood, I have good fortune with author copies. Like they've never taken more than like 5 days for me. They just arrive. And I also recently sent someone because they're doing a book box that I'm being included in, and they just arrived. So I don't know what it is that just I've got the magic touch, but now I've fixed it properly. But we'll see. But yes, so you've got physical copies coming. You've got plans for socials. I would say you've got your prequel as well coming. That is
the prequel's coming.
on the
Yes.
way.
Yes.
When is that on the way?
That is due out by Halloween. So probably Halloween weekend.
Okay. Oh, okay.
That'll be done. Yes.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. And then I've also the thought just literally just fell out of my head.
Have you got other
No,
bonus materials?
I've lost it.
Was that where the thought's going?
I have got the myth of the book. So within the book there is a myth about a goddess. So that is there as back matter. So readers can go and download that for free. So I might do something with that and put that up for, I don't know, like put it for download somewhere more obvious. So it's a little bit more front and center. I've been talking about doing more witchy themed stuff around it. So things like offering, maybe do my own giveaway where I send out like a tarot reading and a sage bundle made from my own pineapple sage, and like doing witchy things and sending out little spell packs with the book as a giveaway. And a lot of people, when I mentioned that on Instagram, a lot of people were like, yes, that if you did a special edition box of that, I would buy it. So
yes.
I've got there's lots of stuff that I can pull from.
Does it just feel like they're not going to have the same energy as a launch? Like they're not going to be huge, like move the needle things. Is that what's feeling not like exciting about them?
It's not that I'm not excited. It's just
your face says you're not, and your voice.
I know. I am very tired.
Okay.
My energy levels are quite low. Yeah, I'm not excited. I haven't put anything in, like specifically. I haven't put anything on the calendar yet. So that's probably why it just feels a bit up in the air. I haven't decided what to do. So I guess I'll just see what I come up with over the next couple of weeks. I'm kind of allowing myself a couple of weeks to come up with stuff, and when I start writing the next book, I think that the juices will flow and things will align. I'm currently out of alignment and I'm waiting to align.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with that. It feels like that's a natural thing. I don't feel bad about it. I just feel very neutral about the fact that I'm in a neutral space.
Yeah. Or you're almost like in, I don't know, what's the word? Limbo? What's the difference between limbo and purgatory? I don't know. Limbo.
I am limbo, yes. I am in limbo.
Yeah.
And I'm okay. Yeah, limbo can be a relaxing place to be. I am very good at waiting for ideas to arrive. I know that I really trust in myself to have good ideas and to find inspiration. I don't ever really have a lack of inspiring thoughts or ideas. So I know, like, I trust that if I just wait, something good will come of it and I'll think, oh yeah, that's it. I'll try that. And I just want to have fun with this book. I just want to make fun things and get the right people involved. And get more reviews and stuff.
Yeah. And given what you know now about your launch, is there anything that you would have done differently?
Don't think so. I think the only thing that I feel didn't go as well as I thought is just because of where I am in my career. Like I couldn't have got more pre-orders because I don't have a big enough audience. And I think that will just get better as my career, as like with this pen name in particular and this genre of books. I think that'll just get better. I think I'm at the start of, I basically have restarted. And I kind of forget that. I think like, oh, it's my 10th book, but it's actually my first book.
Yeah.
Doing this. So,
which, like, just to clarify for anyone who's not listened to previous episodes, Sam's pen name is now like her real name with an initial in it, and previously she used a pen name that was completely different, not her name.
yes,
this is the first series under her sort of real name.
Yes, yeah, it's got like 99.9% is my real name, and so I've effectively launched a new pen name, a whole new genre of books. I've just segued into slightly darker YA, and yeah, like, and this is the start. I keep thinking and feeling and telling myself that I am at the lowest level of authorship, if we call it that than I'll ever be. Like, I'm on the first rung of a new ladder, and all I can do is go up. So it's fun. I've had a great week. I'm checking my emails furiously every hour. I'm like, oh, surely a new review's come in, because that is the only thing that I can really see. Apart from checking my KDP, like my dashboard, to see if any more sales are coming. I mean, people have read the book in 24 hours. At least 2 people I know, somebody on KU, and then two other people that I know, have read the book in 24 hours and said they couldn't put it down. So I'm just like, because I know that people are binging it, I'm just desperately want to see those results. I want to read all the reviews, and I'm also slightly holding my breath because I'm expecting a bad review to come through, but I'm looking forward to it in some ways.
Also that you've now got enough good reviews that, like, even a bad one's not, if it was the first one that's a bad one, it's like, that's devastating. But now you've got, a couple dozen, like, fine, not everyone's gonna love it.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest challenges that I didn't think would be this much of a challenge is getting people to leave the review on Amazon. Everyone just goes on Goodreads, which is fine because Goodreads is the place. And I've sent messages out and put messages in different places to say, like, Goodreads is a great place to put reviews because that's where readers go to find books. But Amazon's where I run my business, and that is like, I need that for me. It's not for you guys. That's for me.
But you can do like A+ content with some reviews. I've done that. I stole that idea from Ellie Alexander, her most recent series.
Does remind me.
And
I need to put that on my list.
I think are really effective. Yeah.
I did put that on my list for this week and I forgot, so I'll move that for next week. I need to make my A+ content. And I'm looking forward to just kind of like tweaking things like that. And I feel like I've gotten a really good vibe with all my socials at the minute with all of it. So I'm just looking forward to continuing that and building on it. I'm feeling very positive. I realized I sound so low energy, but I'm just so tired. I'm trying. But I am happy.
That's like a realistic portrayal of, like, this is release week, and it's sort of like, it's sort of both incredibly dull and tiring and boring. You're just like, oh
yeah.
Like, there's sort of not a huge amount you can do. You've made your plan before now, so you're just having to follow along the plan. Like, whereas, like, if you
watching it,
if you, like, open a duffel bag tomorrow and it had, £10,000 in it, and we're like, okay, I can change my plan. I can put a bunch of money into ads to raise my profile, and that's really all I'm going to care about this book. That money can just be like secret ads money, and it's free money. But that's not going to happen. So what can you do with the constraints you currently have? You already knew that before you launched the book. That's how you made your current plan.
Yeah, it's just being consistent, and I'm mostly okay with being consistent. I can show up consistently. I just have to not think about it too much, because I do get a bit of a repetitive fatigue, just feeling like I'm posting the same things over and over again. But that's very much a me problem, because I know that there was something that I saw yesterday or today, which was that people used to say that you had 7 chances to contact people online, So somebody needs to see 7 things before they'll purchase. And apparently that's been reassessed and it's like 45. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I
just
think
need
that
to
is
think
true.
that.
Thinking about like people that I had no connection with, that now, like we're talking recently about Lily Ute and her cookbook, that like had I seen that and I'd had no touches from her, not a single chance I would ever buy that book because like
Yeah.
I don't need a cookbook. Whereas like we've seen lots of videos from her, we've watched her talk about her love life and her cooking and her kids, and then when that video came up of a cookbook, we're both like, oh yeah, I might need that. And it's definitely a cookbook with loads of meat in it, and neither has eaten any meat, and we were both
Yeah.
like, yeah, we should get that cookbook.
Yeah.
Because I've had 45 touches where I enjoyed every moment I spend with her. She's an absolute delight.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I think I will buy that cookbook one day. It looks delicious.
I'm sure I'll buy that.
Yeah.
Like, there's no doubt in my mind. And I just really, like I said this before, I think, is I want to support her. And
Yeah.
that's what I need to figure out, is I need to find people online who are like, oh, I want to support her. She seems
Yeah.
great. Give her my
I think
money.
the tricky thing is like, how do we balance? Because I think we think about that in our heads. We think about almost a charitable way of thinking about it, as in you're trying to make somebody almost be a patron. And I think that's how it feels to me. And that's not what I want. I don't want someone to support me because I've got my hand out asking for money. It's more like, and I want to think of it more like Jesse, who runs the Savannah Bananas, right? Like I like him as a person, and I like everything he's done, and the way he runs the business, and I like, I like all the different aspects of Bananas, and like everything they put on socials. I enjoy watching it, and I want to support them because I want to be with them, even though I've never seen a match, a match. That's how I know about baseball. I would go watch a game. It looks so much more fun than I thought baseball was. But like, I want to be in the club. And I'm
Yeah.
not really a joiner, but you get to be a joiner virtually with these.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I think it is useful to think about a way in which you can form that connection with somebody that isn't just like, please give me money. It's more like, be in my gang.
Yeah.
And we are fun, and we are in a gang together, not like you're in my gang. We're in a gang together.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my constant struggle. So I'm going to take some time and think about that. How do I want to show up now? I want people to recognize my book cover, but I do also want people to recognize my face. And that's like I feel like that's where I'm at right now, is I want people to know my name. I want people to recognize my face and the book cover. That's my next real plan.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like just small things,
If you think about your last book one launch of your last series, when was that? And how was it different?
Oh, you're asking the wrong person, because I don't remember. I don't remember
How
last
time
week.
works.
No idea. I launched book one. Oh, I can't remember what year it was. It would have been maybe last. It can't have been last year. I could look it up. I have literally no idea. Let me have a look. But I'd done pre-orders, and I think the people that pre-ordered were probably friends and family, and it went okay. But it obviously wasn't a big splash. I think then as well, I wasn't really, I wasn't confident that I was putting something out there that people wanted, and even now, I'm not confident that people want that series. Even though werewolves are apparently coming back. Like I keep seeing werewolf books. Like it's weird. So maybe at some point they'll catch on that, oh, here's a werewolf series I've never read. What year did this come out? 2023.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just like I wasn't sure about it. I didn't really do much. Did I give out arcs? Maybe a couple. Like I just did, like whoever in my email list wanted to read it, I gave it to them. And it wasn't exciting. It didn't feel exciting. I was excited about it, but nobody else was excited about it. So this feels a lot different. I'm really, really secure in this story, and I'm very secure in like how it fits in, like how popular the genre is and how I'm fitting in with it. And yeah, like I did it on purpose. Like I wrote this book on purpose, and my werewolf book I just wrote for the fun. Like, let's write a book about a werewolf. So this feels more purposeful, and yeah, I feel like I'm opening a door with this one.
Mm-hmm.
The moon is a door, and I've opened it.
Yeah.
That's the title of the book, by the way. That's what.
Yeah. Um, yeah, it does. It does. I think it feels hard to be like launching a book and thinking, oh, I've done I think I've done everything right, and I'm not suddenly like super successful. It's like you've done
Mhm.
everything right with as much information you had right now,
Mhm.
and for how big you are right now, and then if you
Yeah.
apply that to another series, it will be, significant growth. But it's like, oh gosh, another series is a
Yes.
long time in the future. And
Mhm.
that's really hard to hold on to. And what do you do between book one and book two? And then how do you promote book two? It's like, it's a lot of, it feels like launching a new series feels like it should be a sort of step change, but it's almost just like a step change. It's like, and now there's loads more things to learn.
Yeah. It's also
Congratulations.
it's a big change in that, like, it is bigger than my last one, but it still doesn't feel big enough. And I don't know if
Mm,
that's I don't know when it will feel big enough. I like maybe it's just when you make back the money that you spent within the first week. Maybe that's big
hmm
enough, and I have not got to that stage yet. So, or even just like breaking even at all on a book, which I've never gotten around to.
hmm
So yeah, I think I know that I have done the best I can, and I would never have this launch could never have been bigger at the level that I am right now.
mm,
So I'm
hmm
okay with it. It's been really nice. A lot of people have been asking about it. Even my parents, who I never talk to my parents about books and
Oh,
stuff, have been really interested in asking me how it's going. And that's not on them. That's me, because I don't share anything with them, and they
yeah.
think that I'm very secretive. And they're scared to ask me questions because I don't want to talk to them about it. But I've talked to them about this book because I feel like because it's got my name on it. It's just like
hmm
it's all these, like, it's all big things, but it's all small scale. It's yeah, I
That
don't
is such a good way of putting it. That's an epiphany. You're doing all the big things, but at a small scale. And
yeah.
that feels frustrating. Where you're like, I've done all the
Mhm.
things that you need to do, and still nobody's really paying attention. But it's like,
Mhm.
okay, now we need to do them bigger. And if you
Yeah.
know all the levers to pull, you can decide, like, okay, by that time I launch another new series, I want to have £10,000 to invest
Mhm.
in ads to launch a series big, and I want to do it rapid release or like with a big audience, and I need to gain my enough newsletter like subscribers. Like you
Mhm.
can you can know everything you need. Now you've got all the um kind of big tactics. How would they be different if you need them at a big scale?
Yeah.
And you can't know that until you at least learn them.
Yeah. Yeah. So all in all, it's been very successful for me, and that's the
Hmm
only thing that I can count on, is that it's been successful for me. I don't care what anybody else is doing or how many arcs people had or how many pre-orders other people had, because I know that I've outdone myself,
hmm
and I won. Woohoo!
that is a good thing to do. Are you still thinking of having a little launch party for it?
Yeah, I'm just not a party planning person. But I really want to, but I also know
Hmm
that I will never plan this
Wait,
party. So
can you just not get your
somebody
sister to do it?
Yeah, she's currently away on holiday and she's not back for a few weeks. So when she comes back,
Ah,
I might
rude.
see if yeah, I know. Yeah, she's gone to Australia to see my other sister. Jerks. Um,
Yeah,
when she
very
comes back,
disappointing.
I might ask if she can sort something out. I have put feelers out because another local author who I know is doing a book launch for her book. She's doing a party in a couple of weeks for her book, and she's not a party person. She doesn't just not like to be center of attention, but she's
Hmm
forcing herself to do it. So I'm kind of like, okay, well, you do it first, and then tell me
Yeah.
how you did it, and then I'll do it. So like, I'm kind of waiting for her to tell me like what she's done to pre-plan it, and then I'll follow her steps. I'm not good at doing things like that first. I need to see somebody else do it and then
Mhm.
copy. So I'm letting her do it,
Okay.
but
Yeah, because
but
I
I do
think I
want
think
to.
part of getting bigger scale is like getting bigger scale in your head is having bigger
Mm-hmm.
expectations for yourself. And like I think throwing a party is part of that. And I forgot one of my wins that sort of feels in line with that is just like asking for what you want and like being as big as you want to
Yes.
be. So
Mm-hmm.
when I told my friends and family about quitting my job, handing my notice in, I sent a post around that said, like, please send me a card that says positive things so that I can look at them when I'm regretting this big decision. And I've had so many nice cards and they're all printed in my fridge. And it just feels like like making yourself bigger in the world is is so helpful, and like making yourself more visible in the world is so helpful. And I'm not a person that likes asking for help because I can do it myself, right? I could quit my job and not have told anyone or not have asked for anyone to send me a message, but it's been so lovely to read those. And there will be days when I don't feel great and I feel like, you know, oh, I'm looking at the heating bill and wondering whether to turn the radiator on. Uh, and you know, just like because England's very cold and my house is very cold. And you know, you're having to think about those things, and I live by myself. There's only me to make that decision, and it will be really nice to be able to go to the fridge and look at those cards and be like, it is just me, but also here's all the people that like have said nice things and who responded when I asked for that. And I think
Yeah.
having a party is similar to that. It's like saying, I want to build like my own community around my writing that know
Yeah.
I'm doing this and like are very aware of my ups and downs.
I do want people to know me as like a local author, and that's something that's been on my list for a while. That's like my
Mm-hmm.
Audacity list, is to make
Mm-hmm.
it more known that I am a local author. And there is like my favorite coffee shop that I go into every Saturday. Um, I've seen somebody else advertise their book in there. And I think with my author copies, I might take an author copy into the coffee shop and
Mm-hmm.
say, can I leave this here with a little like note that says local author, and to just see if that does anything. I can make a little landing page to see if I can get any local people on my newsletter or something, because that's just something that I want to do. I want to put posters up
Mm-hmm.
around town. I want to put a poster in like on Sainsbury's notice board, because we've got a little community notice board in Sainsbury's, and I always look at it
Yeah.
to see like what are people doing, or badminton club, Amdram, and all that stuff. And I think,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I could just stick a poster that says local
Yeah.
author releases new book.
Have you seen this
Um,
local author?
yeah,
Someone
so
put like a thing about their book in our local Facebook group recently, and I
that's
was
it.
just
It's
like,
yeah, Facebook.
so
Yeah.
audacious. Yeah.
Yes.
I think especially audacious where I live because a lot of people are authors here, and like people, someone who's an author here had like his book turned into a BBC drama series quite recently. Like, there's a lot of very big authors around here,
Yeah.
and I think it takes a real like confidence to, you know, put up a little link to your book with a cover you made yourself about
And
something that people are
yeah,
going to read.
yeah. I think
But why not?
if I was a man, I would have done that
Yeah,
immediately. I would have put a
you'd be
poster
charging
up
for
around.
workshops.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna don my man hat and
The hat
and
made of the
I'm
skin of man you killed yourself.
yes, yeah. and I'm gonna design. So I've been meaning to do this for a while. Design some posters and put them up and just see,
Mhm.
just see what happens. I might do that over the next couple of weeks as something to do during the
Yeah.
autumn. Yeah.
Yes, in your resting period.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to having like my next resting period. It's not for several weeks, and I will be very tired by then. But it will be sometime in October. I think I've got a couple of weeks off, and I'm looking forward to like really working on these like Audacity things and uh being a bit more out loud again.
Yeah. Yeah. It'd be nice to
Anything else to say
retouch the
about your
Audacity.
about your book for
No, I
launch?
have nothing else to say other than thank you to everybody who has sent me nice messages about it in the
Mm,
Discord, because that's, yeah, I feel like I've been very well supported by a lot of people over the last
mhm.
couple of weeks. So thank you to everyone. It's been
The
very
Discord has been
nice.
so good lately. Someone
Yeah.
in there who is based in New Zealand, I believe,
Hmm.
posted, "Oh, I'm doing a writing sprint now." And for me, it was like 10:30 at night, and I was I was dawdling and delaying doing my last bit of writing I needed to do. I was like, "Oh, thank goodness. Oh, that is what I need. I need someone to literally watch me write while I finish these chapters. Otherwise, I'll just pick up my phone again." So
Hmm.
that was lovely, and I'm hoping we get more of that in the Discord, especially people around the world who can just do different times. Because I
Yeah.
already do some sprints on Friday mornings with Jen, who's in there, who's been on the podcast, and then yeah, and then now if we can get people like in New Zealand doing sprints on their time as well, it was
Hmm.
fantastic. So yes, Discord's been fantastic. Really good questions and good chats in there. So people should be joining. Link is in the show notes if you want to
Yes.
join. And there's a coffee link in there as well to support the
Hmm.
podcast. We currently pay out of pocket for the hosting and editing.
Hmm.
And if you enjoy the podcast, get value out of it, please contribute to that so that it is not coming out of my soon to be empty pockets when I quit my job. So next week we are getting strategic and searching for the tasks we need to cut because they don't bring in any money. Do you have any thoughts on that already?
Not right now, no. I think I probably have more things that don't bring me joy rather than
Mhm.
money. So I guess I need to really think about. I don't think I spend overly a lot. In fact, I'm very tight with my budget. So I think I'm going to look at this maybe in a wider perspective of
Mm.
money/joy. But no, like right now I'm kind of just putting off looking at that. How about you?
Yes, I feel like I'm too busy editing at the moment to really give it a lot of thought. But I won't be next week. Like I'll have time to give it thought. I also think I'm sort of putting it off because it's got things that I don't want to think about
Mm-hmm.
on there.
Yeah.
Um, yes, so that's a good sign. If it's an episode that we don't want to think about, that's maybe a
Mm-hmm.
sign of like stuff that probably other people don't want to think about either, and that they
Yeah.
need to be gently nudged towards considering like we are. Yes, I think thinking about it from time as well is probably useful.
Mm-hmm.
I Yeah, I'm already getting some ideas of some cold hard truths that I need to tell myself. So I will look forward to that next week to bullying myself a little bit. And hopefully everyone is there too to listen along. Thank you for joining us this week and goodbye.
Goodbye.
You've been listening to Pen to Paycheck Authors.
Stay tuned for our next episode, and don't forget to subscribe to learn how to write your way to financial success.